The Beetle Who Went on His Travels by Hans Christian Andersen, illustrated by Stacy Nuin and retold by Kalkhof. There was once an emperor who had a horse with golden shoes. The horse was given the golden shoes because he had carried the emperor through the battlefield, took part in the fighting, kicking, and biting, and had saved the golden crown and the emperor's life. The emperor's life which was more valuable than the golden shoes that she wears. A blacksmith was making golden shoes for the horse when a beetle crept forth and requested golden shoes to also be made for him. "And what makes you think you deserve golden shoes?" asked the blacksmith. "Surely you know why the horse has golden shoes." "Of course I do. It is done to make me jealous. I will go out into the world and seek my fortune," said the beetle angrily as he walked out of the stable. The beetle flew for a short distance until he reached a beautiful rose garden that had let out such sweet scents from the roses. A few ladybugs were flying about, and one of them said, "Oh, how beautiful and lovely it is here." "Do you call this beautiful? Why, there is not even a dung heap," cried the beetle, and with that he flew on. He took a rest under the shadow of a large haystack, where he found a caterpillar crawling about. "Oh, how beautiful this world is," said the caterpillar. "Soon I will go to sleep, but when I awake I will be a butterfly and have beautiful wings to fly with." "You are very conceited," said the beetle. "Why, I can already fly. I have come from the emperor's stable, and no one there can fly. Not even the emperor's horse, who wears my cast-off golden shoes, knows how to fly." Feeling disgusted, the beetle flew away until he landed on an open field of grass, where he fell asleep. Suddenly he was awoken by the loud noise of a heavy shower of rain, as it roughly tumbled him over and over. It was impossible for him to fly away or to dig himself into the earth, so he lay there quietly until the rain had passed. When it had finally stopped raining, he looked about and saw a sheet of linen lying on the grass. There he found 2 frogs sitting on top. "What a wonderful weather this is!" cried one of the frogs. "It is so warm and the linen is so damp that I could almost swim in it," said the other frog. "Have you been in the emperor's stable?" asked the beetle. "The climate there is warm and the moisture is perfect, but here there is not even a dung heap to make someone of my rank as myself feel at home." The frogs did not understand him, so the beetle flew off. After some time he stumbled upon a broken pot, where it was home to several families of earwigs. They were quite sociable, and invited the beetle into their home. Each mother spoke so proudly of their children as though each child of theirs was the most beautiful and clever of them all. "I can't bear to have any of my children go away far," cried one of the mothers. "But I will try to go far," said the beetle, and he took his leave. After some traveling, he came upon a ditch where several beetles lived. The oldest beetle asked him where he had come from, and he looked very tired. "I have come from a grand place, the emperor's stable, where I was born and fitted with golden shoes. I am on a secret mission, but you must not ask me about the details because it is secret, and I cannot tell you," said the beetle. "Would you like to step down into this rich mud and relax?" offered one of the beetles. "I would like that very much," said the beetle, and so he stepped down. There he found 3 lady beetles that seemed quite nervous because they did not know what to say. "My girls are all single, but don't talk to them unless you have serious intentions," said the mother. "They are all very beautiful, and my intentions are quite serious," said the beetle. And so, not long after, the beetle got engaged with the blessing of the mother, and a party was thrown in celebration. All the beetles were invited, and everyone was happy for the couple. But after a few days had passed, and with the wedding closing in, the beetle thought about the responsibility of taking care of a family, and felt he wasn't ready for it. So the engagement was cancelled, and the beetle took his leave. He sailed to the other side of the ditch on a leaf where, in the morning, 2 boys found him. One of the boys picked him up and turned him over and over, observing him. The other boy proposed they take him home, but the beetle did not like this idea, and so he flew out of the boy's hand. And now, with his wings now dried, he flew far and through a partly opened window of a greenhouse. It was full of luscious greenery and bright colors of flowers that the beetle thought how wonderful they would all taste when they are decayed. Then he buried himself into the earth and fell asleep. Suddenly, a hand picked him up from the earth and turned him round and round. The gardener's little son and his friend wanted to have some fun with the beetle. First they wrapped him in a leaf and stuffed him in a pocket. Then the boys wanted to have more fun and took him out to the lake. There they found an old broken wooden shoe, and made a mast in which they tied the beetle to with some strings. Now the beetle was a sailor. The lake wasn't very big, but to a little beetle it seemed like an ocean. Wherever the ship went too far, one of the boys would go out and bring it to shore, only to cast it off again. This was repeated until finally the boys were called, and they had to abandon the ship to its fate. The little ship sailed farther and farther away from the shore, and the beetle started to worry that it was all over for him. Then a fly came and rested on the shoe. "Such beautiful weather," said the fly. "You must be enjoying it." "Can't you see I'm a prisoner?" remarked the beetle. "Yes, but I am not a prisoner," said the fly, and he flew away. This frustrated the beetle greatly. The world is an unpleasant place, but it is useless to ask the world for sympathy. My travel has been interesting, but what's the use if no one knows about it? The world doesn't deserve to know about my adventure. Or else it would have given me golden shoes. With the golden shoes at my feet, I would have been a prize to the stable. But it's all over for me now. I am lost to the stable, and I'm lost to the world. But it was not all over for the beetle. A boat with 3 young girls came rowing up. "Look, there is a wooden shoe with a poor little creature bound to it," said one of the girls. So they rowed their boat close to it, and one of the girls fished the shoe out of the water. They untied the beetle, and when they got to shore, one of the girls gently placed him on the grass. "Now creep or fly away if you can," said one of the girls. "It is nice to have your freedom." Away flew the beetle, straight into a large building where he found himself tired, and seated on the mane of the emperor's horse. He was in the stable again, home at last. "Here I am, sitting on the emperor's favorite horse, as if I were the emperor himself," he said, and for some time he thought about what the blacksmith had asked him. "Why does the horse wear golden shoes?" "Ah, yes, I know the reason now," said the beetle. "The horse wears golden shoes on my account." This put the beetle in a good mood. "Traveling expands the mind very much," said the beetle. "The world is not so bad after all, if you know how to take things as they come."